The internet have been arguing about this for years now. Tomboy or femboy? I am settling this once and for all. I designed both and then I became both. And then asked the internet to vote for their favorite. By the end of this video, we will have one winner.
First off, if you're new to the internet phenomenon, what is a tomboy and what is a femboy? To put it simply, a tomboy is a girl or a woman that acts and dresses in a more like masculine way. Think short hair, athletic probably, doesn't need to have that much muscles to be honest. They're often dressed in oversized shirts. You might see them constantly dressed in gym wear. They might act confident or have that I don't give a fuck attitude. And they would absolutely beat you in any competitive game or beat you up. While a femboy is a boy or a man who acts and dresses in a more feminine way. Think feminine aesthetics. They usually like the skimpy, cute fashion like knee-high socks, cat ears, and maybe a tail. And they usually have this soft, shy personality. Some might even act a bit bratty. Some might even call it endearing. Obviously, these are just examples. I mean, this is what Pinterest suggests what a tomboy looks like. And apparently this is what a femboy looks like. Popular real-life references for a tomboy could be Amber, Liu, or Ruby Rose. And for a femboy, it has to be Finster. So you may ask, why do people have the urge to dress differently than their gender? Well, I've heard in many cases tomboys might have grown up with, several brothers or other guys around them, so it was just kind of natural that they turn out this way. In the case of femboys, however, there could be many reasons why they're like this. On the internet, there's this platform called Discord. And while Discord is free to use, you might have to pay a subscription fee to be able to use cute animated emotes, skins, like, cat ears, etc. A lot of girls found out that they can get guys to pay for their Discord Nitro, and a few guys really just thought, it could have been me, and decided to put on their first thigh-high stockings and cat ears, and that, my dear viewer, was the birth of the femboy. But although both tomboys and femboys just kind of live their life like everyone else, the internet can never seem to agree which one they'd rather do, if you know what I mean. And every person seems to be like defending their decision like their life depends on it. Some even bringing up the subject of liking femboy equals gay. To that, I'm just gonna reply with what a streamer once said. If you like anything that looks breedable, don't worry, that's like a male response. And that means you are not gay. So, since we're making the internet decide which one they'd do, we need to make ourselves some contestants. Starting off with the tomboy. I want to go for the more powerful, masculine, but pretty-faced tomboy, like the woman that can stomp on the pesky little fly you are. Obviously, I spend my time struggling with the face, cause,
I have a vision
of her tilting her face, but drawing faces is, in my opinion, the most important and the most difficult part of drawing for me. That and 100 other things. Let's give her a powerful stance, like showing off her armpit, because that is powerful. I don't know, parading around with your armpit exposed kind of screams confidence to me, so we're going with it. And I want to make her a little bit muscular, and then adding some ab definition. She looks kind of naked, so let's cover her up, like a little bit. Perfect. Now for the second arm, we should show off her bicep. And yeah, if you're gonna ask, I used a lot of references of muscular women because I couldn't use myself because guess what? I don't have any. Now, how degenerate do we want to draw this armpit? I was contemplating giving her sports shorts, but our baby girl can't be too scantily clothed, so oversized jeans it is. Add some thick statement jewelry. Since I don't want both contestants to have the same hair, like, just short, I want to draw her having, like, shoulder length hair, long enough to tie it up into a small little cute, masculine ponytail. As you can tell, she looks like a man. Like an anime man, right? Well, that was the point. I honestly tried to draw her as scanty of a man as possible and then add the breasticles, because otherwise I was kind of worried I'd make her too feminine. We want to save all the femme vibes for the next contestants. And here's our base. Let's fill her up. Moving on to colors, let's make her sports bra and boxers white. And if you haven't noticed already, I usually prefer working with simple colors because, colors are hard, so everything else is gonna be black. Filling in her eyes and eye color like normally, and then since I guess I could add some color, let's add some streaks of color in her hair. She normally has like purple inner color, so it do be making sense anyways. I'm honestly gonna have to do a lot of work on her rendering since we want those muscles to like pop, but I'll try not to overdo it. And here's our powerful tomboy muscle mommy. She will play games with you and she can crush you between her biceps. Okay, honestly, I am pretty used to drawing women, and very feminine women at that, so I guess I can basically just do the same, just flatten out the chest part. I have a great lot of references for that. Let's also make the e-girliest pose of poses ever. Since, you know, the femboy doesn't have much curves, we are gonna draw a pose that hides that and kind of gives the hint of a big booty. Let's draw a hoodie half off and some iconic thigh-high socks. Let's try to not expose, you know, the bit that shows that it's a guy. We're not doing an stall for monster can in between there. I see a lot of femboys cover their face with either a face mask or maybe their sleeves. And also because it makes him look kind of shy and
Ooh, don't look at my face.
type of vibe. And obviously the sleeves represent who he is. A bottom. He also needs a second leg. You already know the third one is there. He needs a top. He needs to show his flatness. For the face, I'm just gonna draw how I usually draw women's faces. Oh my god, he looks so cutty. Oh my god. Hair though. Since we want to make it different from the tomboy contestants, I'll be drawing his hair really short. Kinda curly, cute hair. Kinda just looks like a normal guy decided to style his hair. So for colors, my first idea would have been to go with pink, since to many, pink just screams femboy. But I think we should stick with similar colors for both contestants to make the, you know, the challenge more fair. The top should be white, and I guess the rest is, you guessed it, black. I know femboys like hearts, so we'll be doing that. Ooh, and maybe a belly button piercing. Now it's rendering time. We're gonna give him a lot of blush. He's supposed to be the shy type, or you know, at least pretend that he is anyways, making him flat. And here's our cute and submissive femboy. If you give head pats, he might wear some cat ears and possibly a tail for you. But 2 anime characters might not be enough for people to commit to the lifelong decision, Team Tomboy or Team Femboy. So we need to test this with a real-world subject. And as an experienced Korean crossdresser on Twitch, I am up for the challenge. It's time to raid my closet. We're gonna try to find some tomboyish looking clothes. To be honest, this one is probably not that hard. I basically have everything besides, you know, the short hair, the I don't give a fuck attitude, the booba, or the athletic body shape, so it's gonna be a challenge. Since I did draw the outfit pretty simple, I basically have all the pieces, you know? The top, the pants, that's it. The jewelry though, I don't have a lot of stuff for that, so we might need some help from the magical fairy called Photoshop. But for the hair, I got this wig a while back, and I don't think I ever wore this, so we will try this out. Since there's an accent color in here, not purple, but honestly, good enough for the experiment. So after airing this wig out for a few days, because it's been in my basement for like, I don't know, 3 years, I shook it out and tried to add some volume, and then I trimmed it and tried to style it. But honestly, this is probably the cheapest wig I've ever bought, so I can really tell when it comes to the quality, and I was having a bit of a hard time. But yes, since we're trying to go for like a natural tousled look, I'm most likely going to brush this out and just pray and hope for the best. Now moving on to the femboy stuff. And here comes the big question. How do I, as a woman, turn myself into a guy that dresses like a girl without looking just like a girl? I will try my best to show you. So for the outfit, similarly to how I drew the femboy, we're going to be going with the outfit that people already associate with femboys. Like this choker, for example. I have no idea why or when I bought this, I promise, but maybe we'll get to use it. And to address the elephant in the room, yes, they're not very big, but they still need to be squished down a little bit. So I'm gonna use this top that's supposed to be folded, and I think it will act like almost like a compression top. But worst case, I'm just gonna bring out the band-aid and I don't know, strap them in. Yes. And for the hair, I'm bringing back my trusted A Wong wig, but we're gonna style it very differently. This wig has already been styled before, so I was having to undo that and style it again. Turned out to be a bit difficult, but we got there, eventually. So now that our outfits and our wigs are done, let's get ready together on stream. So for the makeup, yes, I know that a lot of tomboys do not wear makeup, but I can't make it that easy. We are gonna do some makeup that is strong enough to give the character some masculine vibes. But have you ever scrolled Instagram and you're scrolling past is really attractive? Man, you can't really tell, you just think, oh my god, they look really pretty. That's kind of the look we're going for today. A thick brow, oh my god. Should we do it monobrow? Eyeliner! I wanted to cut this. Forehead time! This is very nice though. We just like insert our head in here. Me. Yeah. Bruh. Now what do? We're not done. We are gonna draw our muscles on. So since I had the option between 1, buying a muscle suit, or 2, using makeup and good lighting, of course, I'm gonna go with makeup. I think we have to do like that. Like this. The biggest challenge were the biceps or like the arm muscles in general, because your girls got noodles for arms, okay? Yeah, okay. The most working out I do is carrying groceries from the store to my apartment, or I don't know, baking on stream. But for the abs, at least I got a bit lucky here with the lighting because they kind of look okay. Whee! You know, if you just don't look too hard, turn the quality down to, I don't know, 144p. I kind of didn't want to do the femboy transition on stream because I don't want to ruin the immersion. But I will show you the photos at the end. Now our muscles are drawn on and I will let the lighting do the work. And here's our final looks. Which one would you swipe right for? Tomboy or femboy? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's see what the internet said to the heated debate Team Tomboy versus Team Femboy. So I posted these on both Twitter and Instagram along with a poll. Although I thought it would be closed for some time, and I know my audience can be really widespread, especially since this post made it far outside its intended audience. Here are the final results. So for the anime version, Tomboy won by a landslide. Now what about the real life version? Tomboy won by an even bigger landslide. Although one of them won the public's heart, I'm sure if you put these two together in a room, they'd surely find each other. Anyways, I hope you liked my little experiment. Thank you for watching. Bye!